everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a bit of a different style of video for me because I'm usually either shopping hauls or Slimming World weighing updates and meals of the week. I took a delivery this morning. I've ordered some of the JD seasonings and I have ordered from them before, but it was 2 years ago or something like that, and I do still have some of those seasonings. They're still in date. They go out of date in May, so they last forever, these JD seasonings. Anyway, I thought I'd do a little unboxing and show you what I've bought from them, and then I'm going to film them as and when I use them. So like, I'm having to film this in my bedroom today because downstairs is just noisy. There's the washing machine going, Ali's in the living room playing Xbox with his cousins. The cousins are there playing on their phones as well. It's quite noisy downstairs, so I've came up to my bedroom to film this. And I need to film this now because I'm actually wanting to use one of the kits tonight. Before I do that, I just want to tell you a little bit about JD, which I actually don't know much about them. But when I done Slimming World 2 years ago, everybody was raving about them, and it's because they do seasoning kits for all types of things. They do, you know, like rubs for steak and chicken, and I think probably pork as well, although I've not used that. The steak rub is really nice. I've used that quite recently and fallen in love with it. They do seasoning kits for casseroles and things like that, and the best thing about it, as far as I'm aware, all their seasoning kits are sin-free, which is great when you're on Slimming World. They're sin-free just because it's only herbs and spices. This video is obviously not sponsored, and I'm not being paid to say this. I've had no affiliation with JD. I've not even been gifted this, whatever. I've only got 80 something subscribers. There's no way that they would give me stuff for free. But I am an advocate for them because I think they're great. For me, I can cook from scratch and I can pull things together, but I just like the idea of JD seasoning because it just gives me more inspiration to cook other things that I would normally not cook. Pricing wise, they're maybe pretty pricey. I don't know. It depends on what your budgets are for food and things, but I just included it on my monthly budget. My monthly shopping budget's usually £250, and at Tesco's I think I spent about 210, and I spent £20.99 at JD. They do the individual sachets. You can buy them individually, but it actually works out cheaper to buy one of their bundles. And the bundle that I got was the 4x4, and you get to choose 4 of the seasonings that you want. And the other thing with buying the bundles is that you get free delivery. So even for the cheap one, which was the £20.99 one, the one that I purchased, I got free delivery. And I was really shocked. I ordered this on Thursday night and it came this morning. It's Saturday today. Probably already said that. And it came first thing this morning, so I was really surprised how quick the delivery was, because usually wherever you shop, if free delivery is included, it takes maybe up to 5 days for it to arrive. So I'm really happy that it's came today and I can use one of the seasoning kits tonight because I was kind of stuck for what to have. I hadn't taken anything out the freezer. Anyway, let me show you what I got. So this is how the box arrived. Obviously I've opened it already. Ali was dying to see what was inside earlier on, and I've just ripped my address off the label there. Last time I ordered from JD, it came in some like green and white shoebox, which I actually still have in my bathroom cupboard. I keep things in it. I keep everything in shoeboxes. Shoeboxes never get recycled in my house. Well, they do, I suppose. I suppose I'm recycling them by using them for something else anyway. But this time it's came in quite a nice box. So when you open it, there's Bumf. Oh yeah, it's just how you do it. And that's my invoice, and these are the seasonings that I got. Obviously the box isn't full because I only ordered the 4x4, but I guess if you order more, this will be full. So the 4 that I chose were the doner kebab one, and I know you're meant to make doner kebab with lamb mince, but because I'm on Slimming World, I'm going to use the 5% beef mince with this kit. Lamb mince is just so hard to get. Well, it has to be under 5% fat, and just 5% fat lamb mince is just ridiculous. I don't even think you can get it. Somebody said that you can just get the lowest fat lamb mince that you can get and then just drain the fat out, but that just makes me a little bit anxious. I don't think I'll be getting all the fat out of it, so I'm definitely going to use the 5% beef mince just to keep myself right, keep myself on track, and make sure my meal is completely sin-free. I also got salt and pepper chips. Oh, and these tell you what you need on the back, and I'm sure if you went online it would show you how to cook it if you're unsure. I mean, this isn't just flavouring for chips. I mean, you can use it just for flavouring for chips, But I know that'll sound a little bit silly to some people, like just put salt and pepper on them, which is what I do anyway. But this is actually a meal kit for like the Chinese style salt and pepper chips. So I'm really looking forward to using that. The third one that I got was taco seasoning, and I do make my own taco seasoning sometimes, but that usually involves flour and corn flour. And the great thing about this kit is that it doesn't have that in it. It tells you, what does it tell you? It tells you the ingredients right there, and there's nothing in there that is sinned. All of it is completely sin-free. So I'm going to make some taco bowls one night. And the fourth one I got was the sausage casserole. And I usually use the Tesco sausage casserole mix. I think it's like 50p or something from Tesco. But again, that has flour in it, which is sinned. So I got this. And that's actually the one that I'm going to be using tonight. Okay, forgive the noise that's in this house. The washing machine's on, the oven's on, the grill's on, and the kids are through the living room making a racket. I've asked them to be quiet, but they're just kids, aren't they? Anyway, this is how I'm doing my sin-free sausage casserole. You'll see there's actually 2 trays there. This is going to be mine, and this is going to be for all the boys, because I've got loads of extras for dinner tonight. So I've got some red onion, that's just frozen red onion that was already chopped up, and I've already chopped up some mushrooms and pepper. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And then I've got some carrots as well to add. So there's all my speedy veg in there. And then I'm putting in the whole packet of these vegetarian red onion and rosemary sausages, because I will have 3 tonight with the veg for my dinner. And I'll either freeze the other 3 or just keep it in the fridge for tomorrow's lunch. And then a tin of chopped tomatoes, JD seasoning mix. There's a bay leaf in there, can you see it? So make sure if you're using this, you'll pull that out at the end. And 400 mils of cold water. And I'm just going to give that all a good mix and put it in. I just wanted to say before I give that a mix, earlier on I said that you maybe go online to find out how to cook the things if you're unsure, but actually it's on the inside of the little packets. You know, the packet comes like this and then you open it up and the method's there. So I'm just doing this. I make sausage casserole quite regular, so I'm just doing this how I usually do it, just making it sin-free. Okay, that's it all plated up. I have to say, first impressions, I'm not very convinced that they got the right measurements for the water because it's so runny, and I've had this in the oven for about an hour and a half and it's still really runny. Look. So I recommend if you're watching this, just add a little bit of water, half of what they recommend you to use. I mean, it probably doesn't look too appetizing on camera, but it does smell really nice, and hopefully it'll taste nice. But I will get back to you after I've eaten it. After I've eaten it. Okay, that wasn't disgusting, but it wasn't great. I feel bad to say it because I already said earlier on in the video that I'm an advocate for the JD seasonings. That is by far the less tasty one that I've had, but there was flavour to it, and what I think the issue is that they say to add 400 mils of cold water, so I put 400 in mine because I was only using one pot, and then I put 800 in the boys because I was using 2 pots for theirs, but it's far too much water, so I think the taste is there, it's just completely watered down. So definitely if you do the sausage casserole from JD Seasoning, use like half the water, maybe even less, maybe even a third of it, because it was too much water, because there's water in the chopped tomatoes in that as well. Anyway, the boys have some mixed reviews on that, so let's go and ask them. Right, Ali, Keith, Tyler, you can hardly see. What did you think of the sausage casserole? Let's go one at a time. Let's go one at a time. Let's start with Ali.
I didn't really like it.
What was wrong with it?
Just didn't like the taste of it.
You didn't like the taste of it? What about you, Keith?
I liked it.
Are you just saying that? Or
No, I actually liked it. I didn't like the veg though. I had too much veg. That's the point. I liked it.
Did you like the veg?
But like he put too much sauce in his. But that was after I tried the sauce.
So you didn't like the sauce that the casserole was in? It didn't have much taste to it, did
I
it?
did like it, but I just didn't like the texture.
I don't think it had much taste to it.
I did like it.
Right. So thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs down from me.
Oh, totally mixed reviews. Good morning. No. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. It's now Monday the something of March. 2 days after the last video I filmed. Today I'm going to be making the doner kebab, and like I said at the start of the video, I am going to be using the 5% beef mince. I got this from Tesco, it was from the frozen section. I think it's slightly cheaper than it is when it's fresh, and it tastes the same. I'm going to be doing, I don't know how it tells you to do this because I haven't checked, but I am going to be doing it in the slow cooker because I have made homemade doner kebab before. Before I done Slimming World, I used obviously lamb mince, but you just can't get 5% fat lamb mince in this day and age, or any day and age, I don't know. Yes, I'm doing it in the slow cooker. I just think it gives it a better kebabby texture, because if you think about it, kebabs are actually slow cooked on the spirally thing, I don't know what that's called. So I'm just chucking the mince in there, and I'm going to put the pot in as well. It's so hard to do things one-handed. Oh, that smells divine. And then I'm just going to use my hands and mush it all up. So I've just popped it in the slow cooker and I'm spraying it with some fry light. And I'll leave that to cook on low for a good 3 to 4 hours. It won't need long at all, really. Not compared to like a roast beef or a roast chicken or anything. Well, that was a bit of a fail. Not the kebab, me filming the progress of the kebab. I think the last time that I showed you anything, I was actually just putting it in the slow cooker. Took it out and sliced it up. It was in the slow cooker for 4 hours. Maybe could have done well a little bit less. It was just a tad overdone. That was my fault though, because I did put it in quite early. And then that's all I filmed until right now. So I'm gonna try and insert a picture right here. I might insert, if I can work out how to do it, because still fairly new at the editing process. So I served it with a wholemeal pita bread, and that was my healthy bee choice. And I was going to put the salad inside with the kebab, but I thought that's just going to be a bit messy and I didn't want a big messy meal. So I just put the kebab on its own inside the pita, and I had inside it, I had 1 tablespoon of Thai sweet chilli sauce, which I believe is 1.5 sins, and I had 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise also. Like I said, it was a bit dry, A, because I maybe overdone it a little bit, and B, because it's only 5% beef mince, and it's not got a lot of fat in it, which means it is a bit drier than mince that I would regularly have. But yeah, that's one thing that was kind of missed. A kebab's usually quite greasy, and this wasn't. So the verdict on the kebab was, it was really lovely. Apart from being a bit dry, but that's nothing to do with the JD seasoning. That is just like I said earlier, the meat is only 5%, so there's not much fat in it anyway. Not much juice and moisture in it. And B, I did overcook it slightly. I think 3 hours would have been plenty. But the flavouring of the kebab was so nice. It was like, I don't like things that are too overpoweringly spicy, so this was quite nice. I could taste the spice and I could still taste everything else that I was eating as well. Big thumbs up from me anyway for the kebab. Much better than the sausage casserole. Much better than the sausage casserole mix. Okay, so it's now Monday the 18th of March. I don't think I've cooked anything for a whole week from the JD seasoning range, but today I'm going to make the tacos. Is that the right way up? Yeah. And I'm going to make taco bowls. Obviously, because I'm on Slimming World, I can't actually have the taco shells, so I'm going to use one of the Weight Watcher wholemeal wraps, which is part of my Healthy Extra B allowance, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So first things first, I've heated up my frying pan, added some Fry Light, the sunflower oil, and I'm just going to chuck in the onions, just to fry them off for a few minutes. Oh, pepper stuck in there. And I'll fry them off for a few minutes before adding my mince. Mince is going in. Now the mince is browned off, I'm going to add the rest of the veg. Teaspoon of tomato puree, 400 ml of beef stock, and the taco seasoning kit. And I'm going to bring that to the boil and turn it down until all the water's been absorbed. So all that water is now nearly absorbed, and I am just in the middle of making the taco bowls. Show you how I do it. I've already made 3 for Ali and I'm going to make 3 for Mark. Because I've only got the mini tortillas, I usually use the bowl for this, but I'm having to use the jug because of it's the mini tortillas. So you just pop it in the bottom. So I can't give you the greatest view of this. And just shape it like a little bowl at the bottom. As best you can. Stab it a few times because it'll puff up. Oops. And then pop it in the microwave for a minute. And the best way to get them out is just to tip it up. There we go. So that is mine all plated up. I've got the one taco bowl, the taco mince on the bottom. I've put some of the fat-free cottage cheese on top because I usually have sour cream with my Mexican food. So I've added just a tablespoon of fat-free cottage cheese on top and spread it out, and 50 grams of the 50% reduced fat cheddar. It didn't look much when I weighed it out, but that's actually ample. I've got some refried beans on the side. They are completely sin-free, which I didn't know. I've had this tin in my cupboard since before Christmas, and I haven't touched it because I thought it would be full of sins, but it's not. It's completely sin-free, so yay! And I've just got some tomatoes on the side for speed. Oh, I was just about to start getting ready for bed, and then I realised that I hadn't actually done a review of our tacos earlier tonight. So, they were lovely. It's plain and simple. They were really nice, really good flavouring, really good spice, which I quite enjoyed. It wasn't too overpoweringly spicy, but there was a spice there, as there is with tacos usually. I mean, I really can't say much else about them. They were really enjoyed by Mark and Ali and myself, and I will definitely be using that seasoning kit again. Big thumbs up. Probably my favourite one so far. Hello, it's now Sunday the 24th of March and I look like I'm totally frazzled. It's a housework day, it's a Sunday, and I'm also cooking at the minute. But this is the last packet that I haven't used yet, the salt and pepper chips, so I'm making that tonight to go with tonight's dinner. So obviously I'm going to film a little bit, show you how I make it, and let you know what I think of it. So the chips are already made, and I've just made them as I would normally make my Slimming World homemade chips. I boil them for 5 minutes and then I put them in the oven, spray them with Frylight, and I put a little bit of salt on, but not too much because this is obviously salt and pepper chips. It's just a little bit for seasoning. And I've chopped up an onion and a pepper. The recipe inside the cardboard pouch also says to use spring onion and chilli, but I've not got any of them, so I'm not using them at the minute. So let's show you what I'm going to do now. So ignore the cooking noises in the background, the rest of the dinner's cooking. So I'm going to heat up my big heavy duty pan. You can use a wok for this as well, and I'm going to spray it with Frylight. Then I'm going to add some onion and peppers. It does say in the recipe to use a green pepper, but I'm not very keen on green peppers and I'd rather use a red pepper. So I'm going to cook them for a few minutes until they're soft and tender, and then I'll add the chips. Okay, they're nice and soft now, so I'm going to add the chips. And then I'm going to add half of the little pot of seasoning. Give it a good stir in. All stirred in, so I'm going to add the rest. and I'll leave that cooking for another few minutes, and then I'll show you what it's like when I've plated it up. That's them all plated up. They smell a bit strange. They didn't smell like just salt and pepper chips. And I looked at the ingredients and there's star anise in there. So I don't know how they're going to taste. I'm a bit dubious now. Anyway, I'll try them and let you know how they are after we've had them. Well, the chips were quite good. I'm not sure that I would buy them again because I've had better seasoning for chips. I found it quite dry, obviously because you're only using Frylight, you're not using any sunflower or vegetable oil. It was quite a dry chip dish, if that makes sense. Out of all 4 of the seasonings that I used this time, I would definitely repurchase the tacos, I would definitely repurchase the doner kebab one, and I like the salt and pepper one, but I don't think I would repurchase it again because I know I can get better seasonings at Tesco's. The star anise flavour totally threw me off. It was nice, it wasn't too overpowering, but it was still there, you could still taste it, and it was just, I don't know, it was just weird. I only use star anise for flavouring Christmas foods, like my Christmas ham and things like that. So it was weird to me to have that and taste it in my, sorry, Ali's making me laugh. He's sitting in the background. It was weird for me to have that in my salt and pepper chips. I could taste it definitely, and you could definitely smell it. As soon as you open the tub, you can smell it. Anyway, so it was a big thumbs up for the doner kebab and the taco seasoning. Definitely going to get them again. Although I've still got 3 of each at the minute. Definitely not going to get the sausage casserole mix again. He's making faces at me in the background. What did you think?
It was okay. Wasn't that nice, but it was nice.
But we have had better seasoning on chips before, haven't we?
Good, but not good at the same time.
Like, it wasn't disgusting. It wasn't like
disgusting, and it wasn't
amazing. Like, we have to have that again right now.
It was like in the middle, I guess.
Thank you for your review, Ali Ennis.
You're welcome, Tracy Ennis.
Anyway, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been useful for anybody that is thinking about purchasing JD products. They do have so many other different flavours and seasonings, so please have a look at their website. Before, I've had the Louisiana Creole one, I've tried the burger blend, that was really nice. The Jamaican jerk one is nice, and the chili one is lovely. Anyway, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!